You've just been to hell and back. You got dumped. Hard. You went through the painful period of separation, the sleepless nights, the rebounds, but you weren't willing to let it end like that. Everything seemed stacked against you, but despite all odds, you pulled it off. You got your ex back. Now what? How can you make sure you stay together for good? Stick around and I'll tell you just how you can move forward after this breakup and build a stronger, happier relationship than you had before. Hello there, I'm Jessica Voss, the internet's favorite relationship coach, on this channel at least. I specialize in getting back with your ex. I break down breakups so you can put the brakes on your breakup instead of breaking down. Got it? After getting back together, you're riding high on a wave of triumph, endorphins and makeup sex, but pretty soon reality settles in and you start to wonder, what's next? How do you move forward? Especially if you were dumped. You're probably worried about the future of your relationship. How do you know it won't happen again? Let's look at some of the roadblocks couples face after a breakup and getting back together. After that, we'll look at ways to smash through these roadblocks like a bulldozer that wants to have a happy relationship. The little engine that could settle down. Resentment. This is a big one. Being dumped is hard. It's a pretty serious form of rejection. You trusted them with your whole heart and they decided to throw it in the garbage like so much old cilantro. And just like cilantro, this can leave you feeling worthless, especially when you had to convince them to take you back. When your partner makes you feel bad about yourself, it's hard to forgive. Even if you're unaware of it, you're probably harboring negative feelings towards your ex, which is going to create conflict going forward. Fear. A breakup, whether it came out of nowhere or slowly crept up on you, is devastating. It's something we all do our best to avoid. Now that it's happened once, what's to stop it from happening again? This creepy sense of insecurity is like a slow leak that will bring your relationship to halt before you know it. Trust. Trust is the cornerstone of a relationship. A good partnership is one where both of you feel free to be yourselves without fear of judgment, ridicule, or embarrassment. Being dumped interrupts this safety, leaving you questioning your every move for fear that you may be pushing them away. Trying to get back to where you were before a breakup would be tough. But let's take a pit stop for some real talk. Are you guys liking this metaphor? Real talk, you don't have the perfect relationship to begin with, or you wouldn't have broken up. Real talk, you didn't have the perfect relationship to begin with, or you wouldn't have broken up. This means you don't want to get back to where you were before. You want this to be a new journey. If you feel like things are still uncertain between you two, there's no harm in trying to get a read on your relationship before moving forward. Check out jessicaboss.com/quiz. You'll find a quiz tool there that I recommend to my clients as the first step when you're getting back together with your ex. It will give you a solid answer on the strength of your relationship, and this can help you figure out your next step. Now, we know the roadblocks. How can we smash through them, Mad Max style? First up, communication. Do you know why you broke up in the first place? If not, your relationship is not going to change, and it will happen again. Find out ASAP. You need to have a frank and open discussion with your significant other about what happened, why it happened, and what you're going to do to make sure it never happens again. Set aside some time to sit down and ask questions. Don't accuse them and don't insult them. Simply listen to their side of things. Then explain what you went through and how it was tough for you and how it felt to be dumped, and say whatever else you want to say to them. Try to be non-judgmental, but don't back down. You don't want there to be anything left unsaid between you two. I know these conversations aren't easy, but in the long run, if you're both committed to making this work, this conversation will bring you closer together. Next, make a plan. How are things going to be different this time around? How will you make sure that this doesn't happen all over again? Often relationships fall into patterns that are harmful for both parties, but neither member realizes this change is possible. Maybe you spent too much time together or not enough. Maybe they want to talk every night before you go to sleep. Maybe you'd like them to help out around the house more or cook. This is a great opportunity to address the parts of your relationship that weren't working. You get to decide together what your new relationship is going to look like. Making a roadmap of your future together and what you expect from one another will prevent you from getting lost. It doesn't need to be set in stone, but having a general idea of where you'd like things to end up will prevent misunderstandings and detours. Let go of your resentment. I know how hard this step is. While they definitely made the wrong choice in breaking up with you, I'm sure both of you agree, it isn't about right and wrong. It's about moving forward. If they make an effort to make things right and have shown remorse, then you have to try to forgive them. I mean, really forgive them for breaking up with you. This is the trap that many couples fall into. This mindset suggests that you're in competition with one another. Instead, think of them as your co-pilot. They took a wrong turn, and you need to work together to get back on the right path. Stay active in the relationship. Whatever led to your breakup, at some level, it had to do with compromise, with settling. It's natural to let parts of your life run on autopilot. It frees up mental energy for what's important. We don't have to think about doing laundry, driving to work, or paying our bills. But don't let that extend into your relationship. Unfortunately, Elon Musk hasn't invented a self-driving relationship just yet, so you're going to have to take the wheel if you want to avoid crashing into a tree. What does this look like? It doesn't take constant vigilance. All it takes is mindfulness. Before you explode into rage when they forget garbage day, take a breath. Take the time to send a quick text if you're going to be home late. In other words, prioritize their feelings and concerns when you make decisions that could affect them. That's what separates good relationships from great ones. If you work on staying engaged in your relationship, then they will take notice and do the same. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'm Jessica Voss. Bye!